Welcome back, everybody, to A Week's With. We're looking at Red Dead Redemption 2. This game is a Western-style open world by Rockstar. And basically, you're following the Van der Linde. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing that correct. The Van der Linde. Yeah, I said it right. Look at me. The Van der Linde gang. You're playing Arthur Morgan. This game is a prelude to the first game, Red Dead Redemption. Well, technically the second, if you want to be technical. Red Dead Redemption 1. This is a prelude to it. Basically, you're following the Van der Linde gang, and you're seeing the descent into madness that the leader Dutch goes upon, and you're seeing the destruction and break apart. Wow. And the destruction and the collapsing of this gang. The game is, like I said, a third person or first person, depending on what you how you want to play. Rockstar did give you the ability to switch from third to first person, and you do use the first person for certain things in the game. This game gives you aim assist, which you basically hold down the aim button and it locks onto a target for you, which is good because you feel like a really efficient cowboy. They also give you red eye. Red eye is this type of bullet time mechanic. When I say bullet time, that refers to like the old Matrix games where you push a button, you slow down time, and you're able to do your locking and your shooting and stuff like that faster. That's what red eye is, and it's the same concept for this game. The survival mechanics in this game is something new to Rockstar. Well, not new to Rockstar, but new to this actual franchise. They've done it before in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, basically where you monitor your weight, you monitor your health with health doesn't replenish on its own. You have to eat, you have to sleep and stuff like that. Your stamina, you have to watch your stamina. You all have meters for these things, and in doing that, it makes you look after your character more, just like the real world. You can't go 3 days without sleeping, or certain things will deteriorate. And it's the same thing with your stats, your health stats, your stamina stats, and your red eye stats. Those things suffer when you don't sleep, and they suffer when you don't eat, and just that concept. Hunting, fishing, it kind of ties back into the eating portion of it. You don't get a free meal here. Well, you do get provided some stew at your base camp with your gang. And with this hunting mechanic, you basically go out with a bow and arrow, or a gun, or a pistol, or a shotgun if you want. You use red eye to hunt down particular animals, or you don't have to. I mean, usually with travel amongst this world, you see a lot of animals out and about, and you pull out your gun or whatever and you shoot them, and then you just harvest them. You strip them, you take their hides to sell, and you take the meat to cook. You also can fish, and fishing is actually really relaxing in this game. I've never really been a big fishing person in a video game outside of like the Dreamcast game. We had like the fishing rod. I love that game for some reason, but that's besides the point here. This game is really good with the fishing and stuff like that, and you usually do it with a couple of people. Well, you can do it on your own, but the times I've done it have been with 2 or 3 people or a other individual. Looting in this game is just like any other game you play open world. You go to houses, you go through search cabinets and stuff like that, or when you kill a person, or somebody who's your enemy, or however you want to play the game, the person who opposes you, when they die, you can loot their body for coins or any other type of items that can be sold back to a fencer or someone like that. This game has robberies in it, and robberies is you can rob a stagecoach, you can rob a train, you can do a home invasion, you can rob someone's home. You basically are an outlaw in this game. My take on the game is that I think it's a wonderful game. I think this game is very fun and extensive. It's very immersive. If you know anything about this game, you know this is probably one of the more realistic games when it comes to open world. The first Red Dead Redemption was the same way. It kind of reimagined what open world is, and I've heard plenty of people say that going into another open world game after playing this game will be difficult. And it will be difficult because you know there's mechanics in this game that's not going to be offered in any other video game, and this world feels so lived in. And when I say lived in, is that people do certain tasks without you actually being there. They're on a timed loop. So, you know, people do certain things depending on if it's day or depending on if it's night, and you pretty much walk upon different stories. There's an individual that said they had walked upon someone being executed, and they watched the dude get executed. I mean, there's those type of things that happen in, you know, the Wild Wild West back then. Me personally, I have been galloping around at night and kind of stumbled across a Ku Klux Klan meeting. Wow, like, and it wasn't like something that the game pointed you to. It was just, I was just passing by, and I saw lights and flames and stuff in the wilderness, and I walked up on it to see what was going on, and it was a Ku Klux Klan meeting. Of course, I took all of them out. Why wouldn't you take them all out? I took them all out and dispatched them. But, you know, this game is great because you can do certain things as far as like hunting. You can spend your time hunting, you can spend your time fishing, you can play it good where you go rob citizens or rob their houses or stagecoaches and stuff like that to gain money. I love the dynamic of your group. You can wake up every morning in your camp, and you can go, like what I do is I wake up every morning, I go grab me some coffee, I grab and then I start doing like tasks around the camp. Like I chop wood, I bring hay to the horses, and I bring sawmill to like the chef. It's a very good game. I mean, and ultimately, like you have a couple scenes where you have parties because you save an individual, and that individual comes to camp, and they're happy the individual's back. So now you have this big party. So now none of your missions are available during that point in time. They all just bring out the whiskey and the beer. You sit around, people sing songs and stuff. It feels like a family. I love the video game. This game is great. I recommend everybody play it. And as far as like any negatives I've not me personally, but I've heard a lot of people say the game starts slow. And you know, it's not just one person that said it. The first time I heard someone say it, I was like, why? How do you feel that way? But the more and more I hear it, I kind of understand where people are coming from. Me personally, I went into this game expecting a story, and I went into this game expecting to be immersed into like a movie. And this is how the game opens. It opens up like a movie. You basically are running from the law, and you're all the way up into like the higher mountains, whatever, getting away from the law because you a botched mission went bad and people died, and now you're on the run. That's how you start the game out, and you just go through those types of things. I do want to hear what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you think, and play this game if you haven't. Peace.